let's discuss about the ForgeRock. Right. So now this there is no more ForgeRock.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Everything is now ping identity. So, but we will start with the history of this organization, how it came into the existence. So, ForgeRock was founded in Norway by a group of ex-Sun employees in February 2010, and to fork the code and continue to develop Sun softwares when Sun Microsystem was acquired by Oracle in January 2010. So Sun has its own open source identity and access management software and was scheduled for the phase out in favor of the Oracle's in-house product. So the founders started their own company to fork the code and continue developing Sun software. So initially, Sun had its own product and we call it as a Sun Open SSO, right?
Okay.
Open SSO and OpenAM. So Open SSO and OpenAM are there. So when they come to the ForgeRock organization, we call it as a OpenAM. So initially they get the source code from the Sun because that is open source. Sun releases these softwares in open source model, the Access Manager and the OpenDS. At the time of the Sun, the software name is for directory server is OpenDS. So
Okay.
they rename it as a OpenDJ for LDAP, and for OpenSSO they rename it as a OpenAM as a access manager.
Okay.
Because
Sorry to interrupt. Is it slides are moving because I am on the first slide only at this moment?
no, the first slide only.
Okay, yeah, first slide only. Okay, fine. Because I
Okay,
could see second slide talking about the org level which you're talking about. So
no, everything will not be there in the slide. So lots of
no,
things.
your slide is showing something. Maybe I don't understand.
No,
Okay.
slide is just ForgeRock organization. That's a slide.
Ah,
Are you able to
okay.
see that only? ForgeRock org.
Okay, okay. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
So so they get the because the Sun products are open source at that time, so they get the source code and they develop their own product and release it under the open source system. Right. So OpenAM is also released and OpenDS is also released as the OpenDJ. And they also
Mm-hmm.
develop their own IDM as well. That is ForgeRock IDM and ForgeRock Identity Gateway. So there are the four products of the ForgeRock organization now four, but still like the some other products are also released, but major flagship products are these four. And now this company ForgeRock is now renamed as it comes under the Ping Identity. So Ping
Mm-hmm.
Identity is a company named Thoma Bravo. So that company acquired SailPoint, Ping Identity, and ForgeRock. All the three big IAM players it acquires. So SailPoint is still a separate entity, but Ping Identity and ForgeRock. So ForgeRock comes under the Ping Identity.
Okay.
Okay, so ForgeRock products are in a CIM space, that is Customer Identity Access Management, and Ping Identity products are more in the WAM, WI, like the Workforce Identity, IAM, workforce, either you can say IAM or WIAM. That
Okay.
is Workforce Identity Access Management. Means those are used more for internal per organization, and ForgeRock is used for more for the external customers of the
Mm-hmm.
organization. That is for the CIA. Right?
Okay.
They are designed like that. Okay. So
Okay.
OpenAIM originated as a OpenSSO, an access management system created by Sun Microsystem and now owned by Oracle Corporation. OpenAIM is a fork which was initiated following Oracle's purchase of Sun. So OpenAIM is open source, access management, and entitlements and federation server platform. So it was sponsored by ForgeRock until 2016. From 2016, ForgeRock changes the license model and release new license version of the product. So this OpenAIM is now later changed to AM, ForgeRock AM, and now this product is changed to Ping AM.
Okay.
Okay, so initially it is OpenAM, then it changed to Access Manager, that is AM. Now it is changed to Ping AM. OpenDJ, that is a change to Directory Server just DS. OpenIDM changed to Identity Manager IDM, and OpenIG changed to Identity Gateway. Now their names are also again changed, so now they call it as a Ping AM, Ping DS, Ping IDM, Ping Gateway.
Okay.
Okay, so ForgeRock Access Management is a single unified solution that provides the most comprehensive and flexible set of services in market for today's identity and access management requirements. Whether user single sign-on from mobile or device, connected cars from web applications from browsers, means you can integrate it either directly through agents or either through SDK or either through APIs. So all options are available for the application integration to protect application with single sign-on.
Okay. Okay. Are we still on first slide?
No, I am changing the slides.
I
Are you
don't
not
know, but
able to see?
I'm on the first slide only from starting. I was saying the same
No.
thing, and now it's changed. Now it's changed to the sixth number slide.
Okay. Access manager, right? So I will
Oh, yeah.
maybe are you able to see now?
Yeah, I'm now on sixth number
Now I
slide.
change the slide. Are you able to see? Seventh
And
slide.
yes, yes, key feature,
Yeah, access manager.
access manager now. Yeah.
So Access Manager, all-in-one access management solution. It protects your applications, authentication, authorization. Which set of authentications means you can integrate with LDAP, Active Directory, any kind of LDAP, databases is good, but databases I never see. Right. With
Mm-hmm.
Kerberos means any with MFA like with OTP based through mobile applications. Nowadays mobile applications are used. RSA token device is not used anywhere. I don't see anyone who is using RSA token for
No
single
one is
sign.
using. Yeah.
No, that era is gone now. Earlier everyone is having a in their
RSA token.
yeah RSA token in their ID card.
Yeah, yeah.
They stick it to their ID card so that they will not forget
They
at
carry
all.
everywhere. They can't forget
Carry
anything.
everywhere. ID token.
I used to do that too when I was having the RSA token that time.
Okay. So export services on REST API because now the world is changing and all the applications are more easily integrated through APIs, through REST API.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
So it provides you the most of the federation protocol. Like three are the federation protocols which are used now in the industry. One is OAuth, SAML, and OpenID Connect.
Mm-hmm.
OAuth, SAML, and
Open ID. Yeah.
OpenID. Okay, Federation, OAuth, SAML, and OpenID Connect. So it support all.
Yes.
Its key features: it gives you the single sign-on to web resources, centralized policies. So it can also you can also manage policies here. If we talk about the Ping Federate is also providing a single sign-on solution, but Ping Federate is not managing a policies. For
Okay.
your AIM manage policies as well. You can define your policies here.
Okay.
Centralized authentication, which means you can integrate all the applications through AM. So at single place, you can authenticate all the application. Enable policy enforcement. You can add the enable the policies based on the application, based on the user, based on the location from where it is accessed. Okay.
Okay.
Auditing events. It generates different logs are there. So audit logs are also there. From where you can easily capture what is happening, why the error is coming. You can go through the logs and troubleshoot the issues. Federation across organization boundaries through SAML you can use, or through OIDC or OAuth also you can use. Adaptive authentication, that is like the MFA authentication based on the risk. The authentication flow is changed, so that is adaptive. Integrate apps with REST API. You can integrate any applications with REST API. How how
So the
single
SDK and REST API both are different, right? Or they are the same?
no, both are. little different, little same.
Okay.
SDK also works on the REST API. So
Yes.
REST APIs are the endpoints from where it exposes its configuration and integration paths, right? So let's
Okay.
say you need to integrate an application with AM and you want to integrate with API and you have application. So there are
Mm-hmm.
different paths are there. So one path is you can just download the, let's say you are integrating with OIDC protocol,
Okay.
right? So you develop a application in PHP or Java, you download the, let's say in Java, you download the jar file, supporting jar file for the OIDC protocol, right? In
Okay.
the supporting jar file, you have to put the authentication endpoint, right? You have to put
Okay.
the authorization endpoint, you have to put the token endpoint, you have to put the access token endpoint. Means you
Okay.
have to manually can provide all the endpoints, right? After
Okay.
providing all the endpoints, then you have to also write a code as well to get all the details. Like the you get the JSON web tokens, you have to decode it. Means you have to write everything by your own code. Developer
Okay.
needs to write by their own all the code, right? To
Mm-hmm.
integrate, and all the communication is happening over the REST API, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now this is the simpler approach for the integration, right? Now second
Mm-hmm.
approach is integrating through the SDK. So you can directly download the SDK, like for Java you can download the Java SDK, integrate in
Mm-hmm.
your application, and you
Mm-hmm.
don't need to write much of the code for fetching a user for authentication. You have to just mention the URLs only. So you directly call their APIs, SDK, and you will get the username, other details, decode the JSON token, everything. Means it
So,
will make your life easier in respect to the as a developer.
so it's a ready-made module
Yes,
for the
it's a technical
authentication.
module. So
Mm-hmm.
every product provides their SDK. Ping Federate provides its SDK. Keycloak
Mm-hmm.
provides its SDK. So, and that is for the tight integration as well, which gives you the
Right.
better approach for integration.
Okay. 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 Much clearer now.
Okay. Second is single sign-on session. So we have a user. So you how the single sign-on session works. So we have a user connect to the browser. So browser you hit the page like web.example.com. So the request at step one request sent to the web, right? Web.example.com. So the request is checked whether this page is protected or not. So on the web server a agent is installed already there, so that is not shown in this picture but it's there in the next slide, right?
Okay.
So on the web server, a agent is installed. So if agent is installed, agent check whether this page which is requested by the browser by some user, whether it is protected or not. So it check its local configuration and it also check the configuration of this application in the AM server as well. And if
Mm-hmm.
see like that this page is protected, then it asks the user, do you already authenticated? Do you already have SSO token? If you don't have SSO token, then go and get the SSO token. So in step 5, you can see it returns, okay, and it
Okay.
sets the SSO session. Now in step 3, you can see step 3. It's a step 2 is provide the credentials. User is not authenticated. User provide the credential. Access manager set the cookie in the user browser. Now the user browser is authenticated, user is authenticated, and browser have a proper cookie. Now browser
Right.
send a request again. Still, I want to access this page, and I have this cookie which is provided
Mm-hmm.
by the access manager. So in step 4, it send the request to the web server and the request page again. So web server check in the back channel. Through back channel it checks with the access manager whether this SSO token is valid or not, or if it is valid, then it checks whether this user is allowed to access this page or not. Then first it checks the authentication by checking the validity of the access token, then it checks the policy whether this user is allowed to access this page or not in the policies list. So if it is allowed, then it returns the page in step 5. So this is the communication with the first application. Now with the second application in step 6, user already have SSO session. It directly sent to the app.example.com and it will return you the page, right? It returns you the page because user already have a token SSO token in the browser. It sends that token along with the request to the
Mm-hmm.
Apache is app.example.com. App.example.com is also integrated with Access Manager. It checks in the through back channel whether this SSO token is valid, user is allowed to access this page or not. And
This
all these
allow this allow or not allow policy. Who is enforcing? Is it AM enforcing or is the
AM
something which is the
enforcement. AM
AM enforce?
enforcement, the two things are there. Multiple points are there that we will discuss in the next
Okay,
slide.
okay.
Here you can see key protecting resource. So here you can see we have a policy agent which is sitting on the website or application or resource, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So one is the policy enforcement point that is called PEP, where the policy is enforced. One is the policy PDP decision point. So
Ah,
authenticating
okay.
client browser request access to resource. The agent send a request, access decision request. So access decision response. So policy decision point is access manager. Access manager tells whether this user is allowed or not. The access
Not
manager
allowed. Yeah.
is the policy decision point, PDP. And
Mm-hmm.
agent is the policy enforcement point where the policy is
Enforce.
enforced, whether user
Right.
is allowed or denied.
But this is
Clear?
taken care by the web agent, right? The AM web agent, not the
Yes,
web
AM web
server.
agent. So AM provides its own web agent. It's not like that you can download any web agent from the
Mm-hmm.
Google, right from internet and you can install it. AM provides
Right.
its own agent for the Apache, for JBoss, for Tomcat, right?
Mm-hmm.
For
Mm-hmm.
Nginx, for Microsoft IIS, for all the web servers and the servlet containers, the Java application server, it provides web agents. And if web agent is not there for any application, then they provide the SDK. And if
Uh-huh.
SDK is not supported, then you have to go with the REST API.
Okay. Suppose this application supporting a web agent, it's fine. You can go with that. If not supporting web agent,
What is the
then you
easiest?
should then you SDK.
Right.
And then even SDK is not capable or maybe they are not comfortable, then they can develop their own code for the authentication, that
Through
REST API you're
API.
saying.
Right.
So in that case, identity gateway also playing any role if suppose that they really want something to be taken care of someone else, not for the web server.
Yeah, identity if some means that some application is there legacy where you can't update any code as well and you have to integrate. Then you have
Hmm.
to integrate through identity gateway. Because identity
Okay.
gateway is reverse proxy like a Apache also acts as a proxy, Nginx acts as a proxy. Like that.
Okay. So these are the multiple options available for the application sides or developer side. How they're going to be integrated with the AM.
Right.
Hmm.
Okay, so now partner interaction and integration. So we have employees, Salesforce and Workday, customers, Google customers. So choose identity providers. So different identity, like AIM is identity provider for. So these are also identity providers. So you can
Hmm.
integrate AIM as an identity provider, as a service provider through SAML as well with different organizations, IAM services.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can integrate with Google, you can integrate with any organization IAM server as well.
Right. The social authentication can play picture here.
Yes, social authentication, like Google is a social authentication.
Hmm.
For AM integration paths, so these are the different integration paths. So like with AM, you can integrate through J2E policy agent, web policy agent, RESTful, OpenAM SDK, OpenIG for legacy, third party application. We have a Federate as well. That is
Okay.
for right. And reverse proxy agent like for the Nginx.
What exactly Fedlet used for? Like, I just understand Fedlet is just replacement of some application servers or
No,
service.
No, satellite is, let's say you need to integrate some application with air and none of them solution support. So Fidelity is a small plugin that you can install on the Tomcat and you can configure it as a SAML service provider.
Ah,
And
exactly.
you can
Some. Okay.
integrate that application with Fidelity and Fidelity will integrate through AM, through SAML.
Okay. Again, this is one of the agent can
Yeah, it
work
is also
between.
a kind of a agent.
Okay. Okay. It's only for SOP, right? XML per
Yeah,
communication.
SAML. It's for SAML.
Okay.
It's a SAML integration. Okay, so authentication. So authentication, like the general term is authentication means you're proving yourself that who you are, what you are saying is the same who you are. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Means you are showing your identity by showing your ID card. It may be passport, voter ID, Aadhaar card, any or social security number, any card, government approved card. So that is means you are authenticating yourself, right? So
Right.
two types are there in authentication, authorization. Like let's say someone is going to the airport, so he needs to perform two things. One is authentication, another is authorization. So he should contain two things. One is ID card for authenticating himself that he is a proper citizen, right? He is a proper citizen, and the name he is telling is the same on the ID card. So it means, and the photo is matching, it means he is a correct person. That is the first thing. Second thing,
Okay.
this is authentication. Second is authorization. So he should contain a proper flying ticket as well of some airline with proper time remaining with that. It's not like the ticket is there but that is expired, that flight is already gone. The passenger is late. So that is authentication and authorization. So similarly,
Mm-hmm.
authentication, you are proving with the credentials here by providing username and some kind of a password, like the password stored in LDAP, and also the password through OTP as well, or multi-factor authentication through password through OTP, both you are using, right?
Okay.
So authentication sources are there, so you can use LDAP server, Active Directory, databases, social networking sites, Google, Facebook, RSA, etc. Authentication flow. So we have a different clients are there which are integrated with AM. So we can also integrate different clients with different data sources.
Uh,
Right? Client
uh,
A.
just to our previous slide, the authentication sources you mentioned, like nowadays that AM is giving the profile, a DS profile for the get ready the databases for the AM, right? For the config stores to ID store. But what about the other directory server like Active Directory, which doesn't have the same similar kind of profiles design?
Which
So
profile?
suppose you config profile like whenever you install the DS server, you give the profile name, right? What profile you want to configure, whether you want to configure as the AM config profile, whether you configure AM identity profile or AM CTS profile, so that accordingly the databases get created with required ACIs or accounts
No.
or
Wait here. So you are little confused with it.
okay.
So AM gives you the feature in the ForgeRock directory server. So ForgeRock directory server are used for the three purposes, right? By the
Okay.
access manager. One is to access the users,
Mm-hmm.
right? It access the
Right.
user, so it is used as a user store. It access the user and password and groups, right?
Mm-hmm.
User related information.
Mm-hmm.
So if AM is using a lab server just as a user store, so you can use Active Directory as well in place of the Ojog DS. You can use Active Directory as well. You can use Oracle LDAP as well. You can use Ping Directory as well. You can use
Okay.
database as well, right?
Okay.
Okay, so that is first thing. Second thing is a Ojog DS server have a second profile that is for the config.
Mm-hmm.
OU equal to AM hyphen config.
Right.
Right. That is for the configuration store. So let's say we install the AM server. So AM server need to store configuration somewhere, and AM
Mm-hmm.
server have a very huge configuration which can't be stored in a text file. Like normally on Linux servers stores their configuration in a text file, but
Mm-hmm.
AM have a very huge configuration. You have thousands of applications which are integrated. One
Mm-hmm.
application have around 20 attributes to store. So with 1,000 application, how many 20,000 line? Who is going to manage it in text file? Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy. So AM stores its configuration in LDAP, and the profile which is used for that is configuration profile. So earlier before version 5, there is no profile concept in ForgeRock DS. So you have
Mm-hmm.
to manually create a suffix, then you have to manually create index as well, and
Mm-hmm.
you have to do everything manual. But after 6.5, they introduce a concept called profile. So you have to just tell the profile which profile you want to configure in the DS server. It will create a suffix. It will create some entries as well, like users and password as well. And it will add some ACI as well. It will add the schema as well, respective schema. It will add the indexing for the respective schema attributes as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and third one is the CTS, that is for the core token service to store the core tokens. Like whenever a user is authenticated, a token is generated. So a token is stored in the LDAP server. So if you
Mm-hmm.
don't have a LDAP, then it will store in the memory. But it is a
Mm-hmm.
risky thing. So always use the
Mm-hmm.
CTS. CTS is recommended. So token is stored in a CTS. So those are the profile. So here
Uh,
what is showing on the screen, that is just for the user authentication, not for any profile.
got it. I got it now. So this is a node called LDAP node through which we can connect any of the source.
Right.
You mean to say? Okay, okay. So that means that anyhow I have to be the DS service ready for the AM configuration on the Linux.
Which service?
Directory server config and the
Yes.
CT.
So here in authentication flow, let's say you have three different directory servers are there, and you have a three different application. So you can authenticate a specific application with a specific data source,
Okay.
right? Then authentication, like the how the authentication, where does the request come from? So common use case, user request access to a web page. So this is we already discussed, like the user in step one. Are you able to see the screen now?
Yes, yes. I can see where does the request come from.
Right. So I want to access to this protected resource in step one. So user send a request to the web server. Web server tells, I don't know who you are, go and authenticate first. So browser
Mm-hmm.
send a request to the browser, automatically redirect to the access manager page. User provides the credential, authenticates, and this the authentication is done.
Mm-hmm.
Now second page, are you able to see the slide?
No, I'm still on that request comes from slide only. 15
Are you able
number.
to see now?
Now 16 number. Yeah.
Okay, so here in authentication, ID token, so I want access to this protect. Still the user need to access the protected resource. He said like I want to still access this protected resource and I have a token. The user sends this token request and token to the policy agent. Policy agent checks with access manager whether this user is have a valid SSO token, whether this user is allowed to access or not. So here you can
Mm-hmm.
see there is a communication between user to policy agent and access manager, and policy agent and access manager. So the lines which are dark lines, communication lines, those are the direct interaction, means
Okay.
front-end interaction through the user laptop. The lines which are dotted, that is a back channel communication between the web server wherever policy agent is installed, web server to AM. So that is a back
Okay.
channel communication. So that is secure as well because nobody sniffs the data over the back channel. Who knows where the data is coming and where it is going?
Right.
Okay, authorization. Now let's come to the next topic, that is authorization. So authorization, like the authentication is not enough. It's not like the user person is an employee of the organization, so he can go anywhere in the organization, in all the premises, all the cabins. So he need to have a specific work location in the organization, have a specific cubicle or seat where he has to sit and work on his work machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is authorization. So authorization determines who can do what actions with what resources under which conditions. So policy authorization is present in the access manager, and you can apply the policies with different conditions. So there are the lots of conditions are there, like based on time, based on access, based on location. Right. So we'll discuss those things in details in the upcoming session. So this is the authorization flow. So here you can see we have a policy evaluation request, decision, right? So policy
Right.
enforcement point is agent and policy decision point is your evaluation
AM.
point is AM. Either you can say policy evaluation point or policy decision point where the policy decision takes place. Now come to the next slide, that is cookies. So what are cookies? So Access Manager have a default cookie that and its name is iPlanet Directory Pro cookie. So whenever there is authentication take place, right? So whenever there is authentication take place in the by the user on the browser, right? So AM server generates a cookie and set in your browser. AM server generates a cookie and set in your browser. So it is saved in your browser. So default cookie name is stored with the iPlanet Directory Pro cookie name. So this is the default name, but in your environment you have to change this cookie name with something else. Okay. So
Okay.
this session cookie is created when user successfully authenticates against AM and stores the session token ID. So it contains two parts. One is session ID and session key, and it
Okay.
is divided by dot. So this is the cookie. Cookie looks like this. So this is the session ID, first part, and then this is a session key. Earlier, whenever there is no CTS, so when then there is a use of session ID and session key, but now we are using, because with session ID and session key, we are able to identify that this session is generated by which server. If you have multiple servers in cluster, but now cookie is forwarded to any server, all the servers uses the same session store, that is a CTS, so they are able to find the session token easily.
Okay.
So this session at this part identify the session on the server. Key session key identify the server instance where the session resides. We on which server this session resides. So there is a one more cookie that is called AMLB cookie. So this cookie is created by AM when a load balancer is in use and is used to implement sticky load balancing. Means where to send the request. Now, what is JWT? Do you know what is JWT?
Yeah, a little bit. It's again the carrier for the payload data, whatever it may be.
So JSON Web Token is there. So what is JSON Web Token? So JSON Web Token JWT. So I think JWT and JSON, those are very powerful things. Okay, because they are used everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere nowadays we are using JSON for sharing a data, for storing configuration, and with Ping IDM it stores everything in JSON. Even logs are stored in JSON form. The-
Okay.
Okay, so JWT is a very powerful thing here, and we are playing all the time with JWT. If you understand the JWT, then it means you understand around 40% of the AM, how it works.
Okay.
Okay, so JWT is that there is just some JSON data that you can verify came from someone you know. With JSON Web Token means JWT means it contains a JSON data, and it also contains the information that there by looking over that data you easily evaluate identify that this JSON data comes from a proper source, right? And
Okay.
you can also evaluate at your own as well, so whether this token is edited or not, means someone touches this token, make changes to this token or not, or it is untouched as it is released by the server to the user, right?
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
JWT have those kind of features, and those are with the cryptography, because JWT have a three parts. So in next slide, so we will see, and AM store JWT name is AM auth JWT in header.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so JWT, so JSON Web Token is there. So JSON Web Token is divided into three parts. So one is header algorithm and token type is there. Right. So JWT, header algorithm and token types algorithm HS256 type JWT. Right. So this is the algorithm. So algorithm is the main thing. With algorithm, we are able to identify like the which algorithm is used to validate the token. Second part
Okay.
is it identifies. Second part is contains your payload data, the actual data which is transferred from the server to the client, and client is consuming that data. Based on that, this data, all the decisions are taken place. Third
Okay.
one is signature. So signature, with signature you can verify that this token is coming from a valid source and it is not changed while traveling from the server to the client application.
Okay.
That is a hash. If you know hashing, like you can
Mm-hmm.
easily identify what is hash. The JWT structure header payload signature. So signature contains your hash. The header typically consists of two parts, the type of the token, which is JWT, and the signing algorithm being such as HMAC, SHA-256 or RSA.
Okay.
Okay. RSA256 is used more. HS256 is not used. That is not secure. That much secure. Okay. Payloads. So the second part of the token is a payload which contains the claims. So claims are nothing but a attribute statements. Means claim is just a key value pair which contains the information in a token, like subject is a claim here and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 is a value of this claim. Name is a
Mm-hmm.
claim, don't do is a value. Admin is a claim, true is a value. So
Mm-hmm.
payload contains a key value pair and we call it as a claim. So claim is a term comes from the OIDC.
Okay.
The payload is a then base 64 URL encoded to form the second part of the JSON web token. So this payload is then base 64 URL encoded and then signed. To create a signature part, you have to take the encoded header, the encoded payload, a secret, the algorithm specified in the header, sign that. For example, if you want to use the HMAC SHA-256 algorithm, this will be created in the following way. Base 64 headed and base 64 header and payload. This is header payload and a secret, and then HMAC SHA-256 is here.
Okay. Secret, you want to say that what secret? Is it some
Secret is
credential?
just a blind string. In HMAC, you can set this string, but in RSA, it is used with the public key cryptography.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So this is a payload. So here you can see lots of attributes
Mm-hmm.
are there, like subject contains your user one, Right. Subject contains user one, audit tracking ID, issuer, who is the issuer,
Hmm.
token name, ID token, nuns for security purpose. This is also a string, random string. Audience, to which web agent or which client it is issued.
Yeah.
ACR authentication context, S hash authorization party, authentication time, and then ForgeRock SSO token. So this SSO token, this is also same as the iPlan directory pro cookie. So this cookie is also present here.
Okay. Okay.
Realm,
This is
which
session. Yeah.
realm is issued, for which realm this token is issued, when it is
Expiry.
going to expire, token type is JWT, issue at time, agent
Hmm.
realm HR.
Okay. So is it a sample of access token or ID token you just shown me?
This is a sample of ID token.
Okay.
If it is access token, then it should also contain scope as well.
Scope
Other
as well,
thing,
right?
issuer identify principal that issued the
But
token.
just to interrupt, we can send this user information to the access token too, right?
Right, we can send.
We can send,
Subject is
right?
sent. Subject is there in whether it is access token or ID token. Subject is there.
Okay, okay. So it's just to want to identify whether the ID token or access token. But we can share the information in case we
To
want to.
identify like the simple token type is there. Here you can see token name, ID token is there. For
Hmm.
access token is there.
Hmm. Okay, I got it.
Okay. Issuer identifies principal that issued the JWT. Subject identifies the subject of the JWT. Identifies the recipient that the JWT is intended for. Each principal intended to process the JWT must identify itself with a value in the audience claim. EXP expiration time note before identifies the time on which JWT will start to be expired, means it will not use before this time.
Before that. Hmm.
Issue type JWT ID, case sensitive unique identifier. This is a JWT ID. Every
Okay.
token have ID. Right. Type token type, content type, algorithm used, issue time, expiration time, CSR of a Unix that must be written in the for CSR of a type. Client ID. I think that's enough. Next topic is for federation, and we will cover that when the federation comes into the picture.
Hmm.
I think basic is this is enough for you as a basic, right?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
So now we will do the installation. Okay, so I will provide you
Oh,
the documentation, but
okay.
that documentation is for the like the it contains a separate LDAP server which make the environment complex. So
Okay. Okay.
okay, so this is the authentication.
Uh, I don't see anything on screen now.
Okay, let me share.
So for the lab, how do we like? What's the provision for the lab? To the lab work?
Well, you can create on your laptop.
Okay. But will be helpful to do some kind of real time scenarios to test in the laptop?
You can do anything. Real time will come in real time only. But the more you work, you have a good understanding.
Okay. Because I was trying to the MFA one part, but I was not registered with that ForgeRock, no. So I won't be able to do the OTP part.
You can't do it in lab. For that you have to
Hmm.
pay. You have to get the service.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I don't have that
Those
subscription
things
model.
are
So,
not very. Those things are not very much big thing. Those things comes under only when you are working on actual projects. So in actual project you have all the things. You have to just configure what, check the document, and you can easily configure it.
actually, I was trying something different on there. So that's what I was trying on a lab, but I couldn't do that. But,
Okay.
ah.
So let me go through the installation part. So installation part, like these things are changed in current because this is according to the version 7. We are covering version 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So these are
Okay.
the requirements. So host name should be resolvable in etc host file. At least 4 GB of memory required. Java JDK 11 is required for version 7. But now you have to install JDK 21 or
Okay.
17. Okay. File descriptor, if here now file descriptors are good enough on any Linux server, you don't need to make change here. Right. Forge user is used, but it's up to you whichever user you can use. Now I am using admin user. CentOS 7, 8 or 9, any machine version you can use. Tomcat 10 is used now with version
Okay.
8.
With version 8, right? That's what
Yeah,
CentOS
with
said.
version 8. So these are documents for version 7. Now we are covering version 8. Okay. IAM 8 war file you have to download from the ForgeRock. So ForgeRock directory server, instances, CFG store, user store, and CTS store, all are going to be stored on a single LDAP server.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a multiple machine, then all machines should to be synced with time.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the command to set the host name. So here we are using host name as OpenAIM. So but now we are using host name as am.example.com because OpenAIM is no more.
No more.
Okay. So you can use add a group. So here we log in with the root user on Linux and everything is on Linux only. If you want to do
Mm-hmm.
on Windows, so you have to do by your own.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So user add a user, then add a user to these are for the limitations. So those are not required nowadays. For learning purpose, these are not required, and for production environment, are those are already so big, so you don't need to worry about this. Okay. So
Okay.
you can go through it. I will show you the installation. Okay.
Yeah, fine, fine.
So one server is already running, and JDK is already installed, but I will show you all the things. Okay.
Okay.
So first of all, we have to install the LDAP server. So let me apps stop this machine and cd apps, and I will see in softwares. So I have a DS8. I will use this node, and I need a AM8 as well, which is not here. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so first of all, create a directory. I will give you the commands as well.
Mm-hmm.
mkdir amds. What is my IP address? Okay. So unzip home admin software. I'm going to install DS8 here. So this is unzip. So cd open dj and
So 8 also carries same name, OpenTJ.
the internals are same still.
Hmm. I thought in 8 they have most changed, but they're still
No,
carrying
no,
OpenTJ.
they are not going to change it in 9 or 10 as well. Internal things, all the libraries, everything depend on naming convention. Who is going to change that? All code need to rebuild. Okay, so
What?
here, first of all, we need to generate. I already have a deployment key here. So deployment key is required to generate. for
Mm-hmm.
installing. So I have this deployment key. So I will run this setup command here. Then setup Java is also set on my machine. You are able to set Java home or I have to show?
No, no, it's fine. I'll do it my own. I know that.
Okay. Yes. So this is the instance where I am installing AMDS. Enter. Just give any names, unique server ID. I have to just use single server only. Deployment
Mm-hmm.
ID. I will copy this. Enter. Enter the deployment ID password. User ID. UID admin. Password. I'm using password only. Root user password. Password. No, I don't want to monitor it. Host name. I am using am.example.com here. So, but for that, I have to also set in the host file as well. sudo
Mm-hmm.
etc host, because if it is not resolving, then it will make create issue. Right. I add
Okay.
am.example.com. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I will check am.example.com. I am able to ping the localhost.
Mm-hmm.
So I put it here. AM port number administration port for LDAP is 4444. Generate a CA certificate. Yes, generate a CA certificate and SSL key pair 1. Start the server when the complete. Yes. So these are the server configuration we made. So this is the where the instance is installed. This is the server ID. This is the host name, port number, deployment ID, which is not shown here but provided here. Super username, its password. Monitor user is not required for learning. Disable. Server start. At startup enable. Accept the choices. Now set your LDAP details. Yes, LDAP port is 1389. Set
Mm-hmm.
the SSL port of LDAP as well, that is 166. HTTP port not required. HTTPS port is also not required.
Mm-hmm.
Replication port you can mention. Do you want to specify a server to replicate with? This step can be skipped. This is the first server. No, I don't
Yes.
want any server because this is my first server. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so the server port details, accept these choices, yes. Then it asks for the profile here. Which profile?
Mm-hmm.
So how many profile I need? I need AM configuration store. So type 1, then comma. I need AM CTS store as well, type 2 as well. I need
Hmm.
AIM identity store as well. Type 3. So these three
Hmm.
profile actions, 1, 2, 3. Fourth is for the DS evaluation. Fifth is for the proxy server. Sixth for the proxy server. Seven is for the user data. Eight is for the IDM external repository. So 1, 2, 3 is enough. Enter. Provide the AM configuration administration password. That is, I am giving password only.
Hmm.
Provide the CTS password. I am giving password only. Okay.
Okay.
AIM, then it asks for the how the old tokens will be deleted. AIM CTS Reaper manages token expiration and deletion. Either
Hmm.
AM delete, meaning AM server will delete. Or second option is AM CTS Reaper manages session token expiration and deletion. DS manage expiration and deletion for all other token types. AM continues to send notification about the session expiration and timeouts to agents. D, third option is DS manage everything. So I just use the
Hmm.
default one. But at least you have to use the second in
Yeah.
short.
Right.
Okay, which version of the AM identity data store you want? Minimum 6.5, maximum is that is current version 8.02. Enter
Hmm.
8.02. Now it asks for the identity store password, and I give password here. Okay, so token
Okay.
expiration is AM deletion. I just use default. Yes,
Hmm.
accept these choices, and you can also use this command as well to set up in a silent way.
Hmm. Right.
Okay, set up the server with the specified setting. Enter. Okay, so this is now running. Our LDAP server is running now.
Okay.
Now, next thing, come to the next thing that is CD apps ls tomcat. So we have a tomcat here, but I will create a directory tomcats here because
Okay.
those are my old. Okay, and I will unzip the software from the home admin software directory Apache Tomcat 10.
Hmm.
Use 10.
Ten.
With one
Okay.
minute, you have to use 10. I will move this to the Apache Tomcat to AM1. Right? This is the first instance.
Right.
Okay, go to AM1 and go to softwares here, and in the temp directory I have to unzip the home admin softwares AM8. I have to unzip this because this contains the war file. This is the war file and other required files. So go to OpenAM, and here is a war file. So I will copy this AM war file to where home admin apps tomcats
So you
AM1.
basically use the zip file, right? Even directory also you're using a zip. You don't directly download the tar or war file.
You can download
This is
war
what
as
we.
well. You can also download war as well from the site, but it's better to download zip. It contains all the other required softwares you may use in future.
Okay. Okay. So zip is all recommended for that. Okay.
Zip is there. If you need single, you can download single. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here I copy this var file and I change it, copy it as am var, so that the context is URL
Hmm.
context is a with am.
Yeah, I'm right.
Okay, so this is here now. I need to also set up the SSL communication because with LDAP, AM is going to connect LDAP and LDAP is working on SSL port. So you have to configure the
Hmm.
server on SSL.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for that, what we need to do, create a directory. I am creating in software security.
Mm-hmm.
So you can create anywhere. You have to just give path. Okay.
All right.
So you can go to apps, AMDS, OpenDJ bin. DS key manager. So this
Mm-hmm.
command is also used for generating a deployment key, which I did not
Mm-hmm.
generate because I already have that. But you have, and you also don't need to generate because I provide you this command. You can also use this deployment key. Password is password.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, but you can deploy it, create it like this. I'll show the
Mm-hmm.
use create deployment ID. Give the file name where to store and give the password.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I need a CA certificate for this.
Right.
Export CA certificate, then hyphen hyphen help. Okay, so hyphen output file is under home directory dsca.pan. I am storing here the server
Mm-hmm.
CA because the LDAP server is running on with SSL certificate with self-signed CA, so I have to import that CA certificate into the Tomcat trust store so that Tomcat is able to trust while making a connection while AM is making a connection
Communication.
to LDAP server. So he needs to trust the SSL
Right.
communication. So that's why I need to import. So first of all, I have to export it and then import it. And then deployment key is I will dep.key. So I will make it like this. Cat. So it's present in this file, and you know this much of the Linux.
Yes, yes, yes. I aware of that.
Then it is
So
good.
reading the key file from the
Yeah,
reading the
yeah,
key file and then passing that. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know how much exposure or experience you have in Linux.
And that's what you just go, space whenever I need any
Just
external additional things, I'll ask you.
okay. Okay, then password is password. Okay, okay. This is fire command is successful, so we will check this.
Mm.
This is exported. Now use key tool command hyphen import cert hyphen key store. Create a key store in home admin software security
Mm-hmm.
trust store.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, home admin software security trust store
Right.
and store
Key
path
source.
is change it.
Mm-hmm.
And file is in home directory. I have a ds-ca.pam and
Mm-hmm.
alias is dsca. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so this all good. It asks for the trust this certificate to import. Yes.
Right.
Okay. Now this is good.
Mm-hmm.
Now I am here. So AMDS work is done. So go to
Mm-hmm.
apps and here I will see in any of the Tomcat bin set env command is not there. File is not there.
Mm-hmm.
I will get it from somewhere.
By default, it is not there. No, you have to create it.
No, you have to create Tomcats AM or I will check in software if it is there. No, it's not there. No, removing this unnecessary. Consuming space. If you go to apps, contacts, AM, bin, and chmod. First of all, vi set env.sh. Okay, we
Mm.
can also search over the Google as well.
Yeah, we'll get it by default files, by default structure.
Okay. Tomcat for King AM, set env.sh. So here is I got the option. So this is for
Mm.
the one. This is for the memory only.
Mm.
Server cookies expires. Cookie domain. Not giving SSL.
During the Java class for the trust store setting. I think the Java something trust store equals to.
Not.
Mhm.
Set env.sh from that set store.
Or else we can get
Yeah.
a start dot sh file also.
No, no, no. I have my own file because that is required. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We are not using that. Then later point of time we will have to again edit. SSH.
Yes, yes.
This thing I have to add.
Mm-hmm. This is a Java class trust store.
Memory, how much I have.
You have 443.
So I just use this to 4 GB, then I can get 2 GB, only two machines. Okay, leave it.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here is the security, software security trust store. Its password. So this option is Xerxes. Somewhere you are able to see. Yeah, this is for the SAML. If it is not there, then SAML will not work. Okay, this
Which
is
one?
added in new version. This Xerxes internal domain DOM.
This is the okay. This is a
So
new
SAML.
Java.xml.
So SAML fix. Okay.
We can cover later what during SAML time.
Yeah, this is required. If we are not adding right now, we have to add it later.
Okay, please explain me later when we're doing the SAML then.
Okay. So vi set env.sh chmod plus x star.sh, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now start the and I will see am. Mm, I remove the old references. Start. Okay, server is started. So now I will open it. So this is the AIM server. So just add the AIM context in the URL running on top of that. Right?
Okay.
Click on create configuration. Select the accept the agreement. Click continue. Password, just give password as password. And this is for the default user AM admin, and you can't change
Hmm.
his name. That is fixed. The super user. Next, here I am going to just this is the URL for the AM. This is the cookie domain. So make the cookie domain as example.com. Platform
Mm-hmm.
cookie in US. Configuration directory home admin AM1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Click next. AM1 because we have to later install two instances. Click next.
Right.
SSL enable. This is for the configuration store, configuration data store. So that
Mm-hmm.
name is also am.example.com. Port number is 1636. Admin port is 4444. Encryption key and rest of the things leave it. Password is
Mm.
password, but there is a bug here. It is by
Okay.
giving everything is okay, it is not enabling next button. So what you have to do, go back, then next, and it is enabled now, then next. Give here, this is for the OU identities. So here you can see this is UID identities for the identity and root suffix which contains user. This is user data store setting. And you can use any of these LDAP server. ForgeRock DS, AD with domain, IBM Tivoli, ForgeRock DS, Oracle Directory Server, Active Directory with host port, Active Directory application mode. Password
Actually,
is
the last question I was asking on this about the similar inline, because here we can it giving me option to select alternative DS directory server. But what about the preparation, like the one we were doing for the way we doing from the ForgeRock DS? We have option of creating a profile. But what about the AD and other profile?
configuration in CTS is only be installed on the directive ForgeRock DS only. Only user
No,
store
about
is
this
not or any
this
LDAP.
this user
User,
data. You want to say that?
user data, this is user data. How can you use the LDAP server ForgeRock DS if company is already using all the users on Active Directory? Who is going to migrate? Or
I
if
want
they
to
are
say,
using in Oracle
no, no, my
OUD,
question, just listen to my question. My question is that if you want to utilize some other directory server, because I was trying the similar, what I'm actually trying, I'm not trying
which
differently.
aspect you have to use some other LDAP server? In user store or configuration store?
I'm talking about the user store itself. I was
User
trying
store
to
you can use anyone out of this list.
I don't know, but it's failing for me. It's asking about some kind of ACIs because probably there is some kind of permission issue.
That is the ACI or whatever that you have to fix. You have to prove whatever the user you are mentioning here, whatever the user you are mentioning here, that should
Hmm.
have admin rights on schema and server for full access on that suffix and also have a schema rights because it also loads some schema as well.
Okay, but is it any documented that what kind of things we can? Because I was checking on the ping also the backstage that what rights I should have it
That is
if
not mentioned anywhere. You have to figure out yourself. That you
okay. So
have,
if
that user should have a full access on this suffix. That's enough.
okay,
Full access means give the full ACI access.
okay, fine, fine.
Okay. Here we in ForgeRock DS we install it. So we at the time of the installation we provide full access.
Yeah, right. We have created our own identity there. AM identity
Right.
bind account.
Right. Click next here. Then load balancer we are not configuring right now. We will configure later. Then next. Then this is the configuration. If you want to edit this, you can edit the connection
Mm-hmm.
details or site. We don't want to edit. Everything is good. Then click on
Okay.
create.
So it's now pushing all the schemas and everything on the new location.
Pushing. This is the we already set up the profile. So schema is not required to push. It is creating entries in the LDAP server.
Okay, yeah, schema is already we have because profile is created,
We are
so
using a folder
required.
DS contains schema already because profile system is
Mm.
there.
Yes, yes, yes. This loading the schema, you mean to say that uh, it is loading in the configuration or loading to the identity location?
No, it's
AM
loading a
OpenDG
schema as well. Whatever required it loads.
logins. Okay, finished.
This is finished. Click proceed to
Yes.
log
Hmm.
and it gives you the login page.
Hmm.
And we are logged in. So by default it creates a top level real up.
Hmm.
And this is the ForgeRock version 8.01.
Okay.
Okay. So if you click on the realm, so these are the configuration like dashboard. So directly dashboard contains the quick start links to go to the particular configuration, right? And other links are here. Applications, all kind of like
Hmm.
agent application, identity gateway, Java web. For federation, SAML here. For OAuth and OIDC configuration here in OAuth clients.
Hmm.
For authentication, you have settings, authentication settings, trees. For generating a trees, default these three tree are available.
Hmm.
Webhooks, authorization for policies, it comes here. Identities, we don't have any identity right now. Okay. And identity store, so that is in the OpenDJ, which we configured at the time of the configuration. Here you can see. This is the user, this is
Okay.
the okay. Then we have secret stores for storing secrets. Nothing is by default. Services. So we have these are the services like sessions. So you can search which user is logged in. Let's say I check for the AM admin. So idle time is for this session is 35 seconds. Idle time remaining is 29 minutes. Session time remaining
Hmm.
is 1 hour for 58 minutes. And STS is for the secure token service.
Okay. Mm. So,
That is
what has been changed in dashboard as compared to 7.0?
nothing,
Is anything new?
nothing much.
Okay. Uh, but I guess not authentication node design was I'm seeing first time. Node designer.
That is a new feature here. I think it's not in 7.
Yeah, node designer I haven't seen. It is the same one which is going to be in authentication tree, right? That's its node.
Right.
So here they're giving the front end for designing.
This is the script. You have to write a script for this.
Hmm. Earlier we have to create the jar and everything
No, you have to create.
for
You can also create earlier script here that you can create from here. These are the
the
scripts.
node.
Yeah, for the node.
I'm not saying node decision. I'm just saying creating a custom node.
No, they introduce a new feature, node designer. So earlier
Hmm.
you can create a node from here in scripts as well.
Okay.
Okay. They just add one more button here and gives you the easier way for designing. That's it.